Oh no, I got my lipstick stain on the wrong side. Now it's on my castle side. Yes, we're drinking coffee at 7 o'clock in the evening because teaching is exhausting. Whew. I love TPT. Okay, I'm sure that comes as no surprise. I love TPT. I love that they do a lot of the back end work for us so that I don't have to worry about like how to list products. I don't have to worry about like nearly as many legal things because they work on the delivery and the payment and all of that kind of stuff. I love TPT. However, there are some downsides to TPT, and one downside being that you don't actually own TPT, which is great because then again, they do all these things for you. But it's not great in that TPT can, you know, do whatever they want, and it's their prerogative because it's their website. So this is becoming more and more apparent, and thankfully what is coming out of that is I have been getting more and more questions about things that are actually under your control, like blogging, because you know I'm really into blogging, and like email lists. An email list is something that every business owner needs. Like there's a lot of things that I'm, you know, kind of wishy-washy, like you can do that if you want, but an email list I'm like no. You need this, you need this. An email list is a collection of lists of emails that you can use, and you can send messages to people to educate them about stuff. You can tell them, you know, what products you've got going on. You can market to them, and it's something that you own, which is something that is monumental, because if something crazy happens to TPT, you have that in your back pocket that you can use, where you can directly communicate to your customers and you can talk to them, and you know, you have a lot more control over that. So if you're looking for more like stability in your business, if you're looking to make your business more independent, an email list is something you definitely need. Now, the thing about an email list is it feels like this big, huge, like just thing that is super stressful, and you have no idea how to do it, no idea what you would write, and all that kind of stuff. The good news is it's actually not that. So even though I've been getting all the questions about emails, they're actually pretty simple. So we're gonna talk in this video all about like email 101, basically, like what you need to know to get started and how to do that and all of those things. I actually have a whole playlist with email videos, which is what I keep sending people because I keep getting questions about emails, so I keep sending them, but I keep getting more questions, so I thought we might as well do a new video. And so you can go there for a lot more information, and if you have any specific questions, feel free to send me a DM over on Instagram. It's at becca.e.davis. Becca.e.davis. Yes, that's correct. So yeah, with all that being said, let's talk email. So first of all, why on earth would you want an email list? An email list is a group of people who have told you it's okay if you email them. So you are able to send them emails directly to their inbox, and you're able to give them information, help them out, and also, you know, convince them to buy things, which, you know, sounds bad when you say it that way, but you're in business, so like that's kind of the point. So this is monumental because, again, it's something you own. When you send someone an email, it goes directly to their inbox, which doesn't have algorithms like Instagram does, and you're not like competing with 75,000 other people. It doesn't just go away 30 seconds later like on Twitter, and it just is something that is more likely to get read, more likely to get opened, and also more likely to have people take action, because when you go to your email, you're expecting to see marketing things, and so you're like, great, yes, I will click on this link. Versus if you're on Instagram and it's like, oh, I have to go to this person's bio and then click something, and then, oh, I'm in Instagram's app and so I can't buy something from there, and so it's like a whole big thing. So having an email list is monumental. If for no other reason, you know, there's all those great reasons, like we want to, you know, help people, but also I will say that my email list makes me the most amount of money. And when you're in business, that is where you want to focus your time, is wherever you're making the most amount of money. So I know that if I send an email, I will have increased sales that day. I know that if a sale's coming up, I'm sending lots of emails so that I can get as many sales as I can. I know if I have a new product, I can send it to my email list and people will purchase it. And that is something I've built over the years, and it has paid off in dividends. So if you're going to do something to help your TPT business, this is one that I would definitely say is the game changer. So let's get into how to do this. All right, so step number 1 is you need to sign up for an email marketing system. So you can't just like go into Gmail and send someone a message. You have to actually have a way that they can hit that unsubscribe button if they don't want your emails anymore, which we'll appreciate because I know I unsubscribe to a lot of people. So there's that. So you want to make sure that you are signing up for a system. Platforms, I use MailChimp, which is free until like 500 people now. ConvertKit is a big one. I think they also start off free. Flowdesk is a newer one, but I know a lot of people like that one. And there's other ones as well. It just, you know, you can do a little bit of research, figure them out. I use MailChimp because it's frankly what I started with because it was free, and I still use it, you know, 5 years later, and we're rocking and rolling and it's all good. So that's your first step, is just signing up for an email service. Now, with that email service, you're gonna wanna have that email that like actually shows up when you email somebody, and you don't want that to be like your personal email, and you definitely don't want it to be your district email. So you might want to make a separate email for this. Now if you're super fancy, you can get like the, you know, at beccasmusicroom.com. I'm not that fancy, so a little hack for you is that if you don't want to like buy, you know, the email associated with your domain and fiddle with all of that, a little hack is just to use like your store name at gmail.com. Okay, so my email that my emails come from is beccasmusicroom@gmail.com. Okay, is it the most professional? No, but is it, it's kind of like inching towards there, and it's working. So that is just the email that I enter into there. And so that is when I send you an email, because you're welcome to join my email list, I'll link it down below. When I send you an email, that is the email address that it is coming from. Okay, there you go. Now that you've signed up for your email service provider, your step number 2 is that you want to make a landing page. So a landing page is just a page on the internet that people can go to in order to sign up for your newsletter, to sign up for your email list. Do this, you'll just do that in your email service provider. So in MailChimp, I just click create landing page, and that's all I really have to do. Once you get to your landing page, you can add photos, you can add text, you can add all of those different things, and there will be a little section that where people will actually sign up. The landing page is how people sign up for your email list. It's not just something that like magically appears. So you make your landing page, and then once you make your landing page, you take that link from the landing page, and that is what you give to people to have them sign up. You can also do like pop-ups on your website, but we're keeping things real simple in this video, so just that's how you do it. So when I create a landing page, I typically have a freebie that goes with my landing page, and this is very typical in, you know, email marketing nowadays, is to have a freebie so that when someone signs up, they're not just signing up for your newsletter, they're signing up and they're getting something out of it. So, you know, sign up for my morning slides for free, okay? Or sign up for some worksheets, or sign up for a century kit, whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter, but do pick a freebie that you give people when they sign up for your email list. So on my landing pages, I like to have pictures of the freebie if possible so that they can see what that is. And I'll talk about the freebie, why you might want it. And then I'll also say, you know, when you get the freebie, you'll also be signed up for my email list, and you will receive, you know, 1 or 2 emails a week, however many you do, just so people know what to expect right off the bat. And then I always say you can unsubscribe anytime you want to. And then I always link to my privacy policy on my website, which is something we can get into in another video. Don't stress about it too much. But basically you just want to have somewhere in there that's like, we're not going to sell your information. I'm going to keep your stuff confidential. You can unsubscribe at any time. Okay. So make your landing page. I have a whole video about this, so go look at the video. But when you can adjust like what they do to sign up. And so I usually have name and email, and then it'll say like send to confirmation or send to whatever. You can change it to web page. And if you change it to send to web page, you can make that web page like a link to a Google Drive thing. So like add your PDF to Google, get that link, put it in there. When they sign up, they automatically get to the free thing. Or you can put the free thing in your first email that you send out, which is also totally fine. But you know, some people, there's always that person who's like, I didn't get it. So I like it to just go straight there. I hope that made sense. So landing page, when they sign up, it links to whatever freebie I told them they were getting. Okay, so once I've made my landing page, then I take that URL that they give me, and that is where what I put everywhere. Because again, an email list is not something that like you're magically gonna get people on. You have to actively like send people the link. So I put that link everywhere I can. I put it in my Instagram bio. I put it sometimes in my products and be like, hey, you can sign up for 4 freebies. I put it in every blog post that I ever write. I put it in every YouTube video I ever make, and put it on Pinterest, like put it everywhere you can so that you can get more people signed up for your email list. This is gonna take a while, so I don't want you to be under any impression that it's like, oh, I make my landing page and then magically thousands of people start up. No, no, no. It takes time, but the more you put effort into it, the better it will be. So if you are on Instagram, make some reels about your freebie. Tell people that you have a freebie. Tell people that you have an email list. Let them know, and so that they can actually sign up for it. If you have a blog, have blog posts dedicated to your freebie. If your freebie is about Writer's Workshop, have blog posts about Writer's Workshop, and then be like, oh, by the way, you can get this free thing for Writer's Workshop if you click here. Okay? Okay. I have a freebie about centers, and so I have lots and lots of centers blog posts and lots of centers videos, and I make sure that I link it in every single video, every single blog post. And if I have a blog post that doesn't mention anything, I'll usually be like, hey, you can get more, you know, music lessons if you sign up for my email list, and you'll get some freebies. Click here to get it. Hey, that's my coffee, not yours. What you doing? Put that email link, put your landing page link everywhere you can so that you can get people on there. It's going to take some time. It's not gonna be overnight. So just anticipate that it's not gonna be super quick. You're not gonna like make this and then tomorrow have thousands of emails. It takes time. But even though it does take some time, if you are, you know, marketing your email list, essentially, it will eventually get people on there. And so when you get people on there, you want to make sure that you're sending them things. And I would say start sending emails sooner rather than later. So even though it can be tempting to be like, oh, there's only, you know, 20 people on my email list, or 10 people on my email list, or 50 people on my email list, I don't know that I want to send emails yet. I would say go ahead and start once you have even 10 people, you know, so that you get in the practice of sending those emails, and so that you kind of figure it out. Well, there's not a lot of people, because frankly, it's a lot easier to write emails if you're not sure about writing emails to 10 people than it is to like 10,000, right? Right. Also, you don't want to have a lot of time go by between the first person signing up and you sending them an email, because if you don't send them an email for like 2 years, they're gonna be like, I don't know who this person is. So the sooner you can do that, the better. Just go ahead and get yourself in the habit of sending an email. Now, how often do you send emails? Ugh, one of those hot topics, because I am very passionate about the idea that you should be sending emails once a week. Yeah. Now, when I say that, some people like freak out and lose their mind. So I don't want you to freak out and lose their mind. If that sounds super overwhelming to you, I'm gonna tell you this. It is better to be consistent than it is to send more. So what I mean by that is it is better to send an email every other week than to try to send an email every week, and sometimes you do and sometimes you don't, and it's super inconsistent. So if all you can stick to is every other week, go with that. If all you can stick to is once a month, I guess you can go with that too. But if you want results with your email marketing, I would say go for at least once a week. The more you show up in people's email inboxes, the more likely they actually are to open your emails and read them. Also, they will miss some of your emails. So if you're sending, you know, one a month, a long time goes by. So they might miss that one, and then they don't get it for, you know, 2 months or 3 months if they miss 2. They also might forget who you are if you don't send emails often enough. So if you send one a week, that's a pretty good frequency where people are going to remember who you are. If they miss one, it's not the end of the world, because they can check out the next one, and it's not, you know, super spammy or anything like that. So I would highly recommend that you email your people once a week, but stick to a schedule that you can stick to. It's more important to be consistent than it is to have a higher frequency that you can't actually stick to. If you're looking about like writing your emails and trying to figure out what to write, I would say start with your content. So if you have a YouTube channel, if you have a blog, start with that, and then you can do things based off of that. For example, let's see. Okay, this YouTube channel, last week I had a video talking about things that I invested in, both time and money. And so in the email I sent, I talked about things that were a waste of your time. So it's not the exact same thing. It's not let me rehash what I already have, but something kind of based off of whatever you're talking about. Or maybe you tell a story about that. But you know, something that's kind of related so that you can tie in that blog post or that YouTube video and send them over there. If you don't have any content, then another idea is to have kind of like a monthly theme. So just say like, okay, this month we're working on classroom management. This month we're working on writer's workshop. And so you can go and then you only have to come up with a couple of ideas in that topic. So it's not just like end of the world. You can even base them off of TPT products. So if you have a new writer's workshop product, you can send an email that talks about that product. You can also send an email that talks about ways to use Writer's Workshop and incorporate that product in. You can talk about how Writer's Workshops change your life. I don't know anything about Writer's Workshops, so that might be a horrible example, no clue. But you can talk, you know, about how it's changed your life, and also here's a product that I use and it's really great. So there's lots of different ways that you can do that. And kind of incorporate your products and also, you know, base it off of something. So if your writer's workshop's your new thing, maybe that's what you talk about for the next couple weeks. And then you post something else and you can talk about that for a couple of weeks. But just having some sort of plan about what you're gonna write is going to make a huge difference. And again, start writing as soon as you can so that you get used to writing the emails and making that happen. It is gonna take a while, but eventually you'll find that your email list is your biggest money maker. And again, a while, like it might be a year, it might be 2 years, it's okay. But eventually you'll find that it's going to make the most difference in your sales, in your store. So it's really, 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 really super important. And the thing about email is the sooner you start, the better, because the sooner you start, the more emails you can collect. The longer you wait, the less, you know, it's kind of like if you wait 3 years and then you start your email list, it's like you missed out on 3 years worth of getting people's emails. So if you just started TPT and this seems super overwhelming because you're just trying to figure out how to make products, then maybe put this on the back burner for now. But once you feel like you know what to do, this is one of the most important things you can do to further your business and to make it a little more self-sustainable, which is great when, you know, algorithms change and when, you know, just crazy things happen. So I feel like that's why it's been really top of mind lately, is just all the craziness that's been going on. But I'm glad that, not glad the craziness is happening, but I am glad that the craziness is causing you to think about the long-term effects of your business, because I have been preaching about email lists and blogging and long-term sustainability from the beginning, and so obvious because it's super, super, super important. So glad you're here. I hope that answered some of your email questions. Go and check out the email playlist if you need more information, and if you have questions, send them to me over at becca.e.davis on Instagram. That's the best way to get me to answer. So I look forward to hearing from you. Like, send me all your email questions. We can talk more about this if this is a topic that y'all are interested in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.